Hello, and welcome to Illinois LawCast, a podcast about the wisdom, wit, and curiosity of the University of Illinois College of Law. I'm your host, Chris Davies, and in this episode we'll be focusing on the first-year experience at the College of Law. Joining me are 1L students Blessing Agyare, Liam Davis, and Darius Johnson. In our conversation, we talked about why they came to Illinois, what has surprised them about law school, and what some of the best parts of their first year have been. I appreciate the time these busy students gave for this episode, and hope you enjoy our discussion. Thank you all very much for joining me today. I was wondering if we could just start off with you introducing yourself and telling why you chose to come to Illinois. Blessing, would you like to go first?
Yeah, of course. Hi, everyone. My name is Blessing Agyare. I'm a 1L at the College of Law. I chose to come to Illinois because I love Illinois. I've been in Illinois all my life. I went to school in Illinois for undergrad. And so moving out of a state that I love so much and where my family is, this is kind of where my roots are. So I never really imagined going out of state, and I've imagined my life like practicing in Illinois as well. And so that was one of the biggest reasons. And then the second reason why I came to U of I is because of the community that I heard that they had here, which is very different from, different experiences that I've heard at different law schools. And I'm just so grateful that I chose this school because what I heard about it and the testimonies that I heard about it, I really got to experience that like here by myself. And I'll be able to talk about that more too. But yeah, that's why I chose U of I.
That's great.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, everyone. My name is Liam Davis. I'm a 1L here at the College of Law. I'm originally from Ohio, so coming to Illinois was a little bit of a big jump. I applied a lot of places when I graduated, and I came to admitted student stay here. I hadn't really ever seen the campus before, and I just loved everything about it. I loved the people. I loved the community. I even loved the campus. I love that small town vibe, and so for me, it was just a great fit.
Hi, everyone. My name is Darius Johnson. I'm also a 1L, and I came to Illinois Law for a few reasons. The first being, like similar to Blessing, I've spent my whole life in Illinois. I went to undergrad in Illinois as well. And I want to enter the Illinois market to practice law. Also, I knew that I would be coming to a college town where, I guess similar to Blessing, there's like community almost everywhere you go. And, I went to undergrad in like a neighborhood. So, but I think the college town experience has been wonderful. And also my school sucked at sports. So it's been exciting to be here for, March Madness and, the college football season. So, yeah.
That's awesome. And you guys all touched on community. Even though you came from different places, you said that you were drawn to this Champaign-Urbana community. It is different than a big city. It's not a rural location, but it's also not very urban like Chicago or a huge market like that. What about Champaign-Urbana drew you in?
Sure, I'd be happy to share. What I really liked about Champaign-Urbana is how close it felt while still being big enough to have opportunities that I'm interested in. It's not like there are things that aren't here. There's great grocery stores. There's great places to eat. They've got movie theaters. There's arts. There's culture. There's street festivals. There's fun coffee shops. There's really all the things you could want in a college town while still feeling small enough that like every time I walk down the street, I feel like I meet someone or I see someone I know and I have a new friend moving down that street moving forward.
Yeah, I completely agree. Champaign-Urbana is like the college town I've never had because my undergrad was also not a college town. I just love it so much. And I grew up in the suburbs, so it wasn't very different of a transition for me. But yeah, it's just awesome. Just like Liam said, you have everything you need here. Like anything that you could ever want is in Champaign-Urbana. So yeah, I agree.
I would third all of that. And I think when I go outside, it's nice because although I may not know all of the people around me because most of them are undergrads, I know we all have this bond that we hail to the orange and we hail to the blue. Yeah, I think it's also nice that everywhere you go is Illinois. Well, U of I and U of I is everywhere you go. Like you can't escape it when I'm coming back from home from Chicago. It's like a sigh of relief when you see an orange eye on the highway. You're like, I'm so close. Yeah, so I find that nice. Also great grocery stores, like Liam said. Shout out Neiman.
And you meet so many different people every day since U of I is such a huge school. Like even though the law school is a subsection, there's just so many people that you meet. And it's really diverse too. Like I have so many friends from different backgrounds. So that part is really nice as well.
Is there anything about campus or the larger community that really surprised you?
The larger campus was really kind and supportive. And the reason why I say that is because personally for me, and that's kind of a part of my story with my fall semester, it was around October. I had experienced an apartment fire in October, and it was the weekend of my birthday. Yeah, it was crazy. Yeah. And I had so many assignments due that week. But one thing I loved about the larger community was that there was a friend that I had at the law school, and he reached out to everyone he knew, and he was also in a graduate program. And so I just remember him reaching out to different people in different graduate programs. And there were so many people that I met that came to help me move out of my old apartment into the new one. And it was so crazy because I didn't know any of these people, but they were so willing to help me, and seeing that I was in such a just stressful situation. And they just came in numbers. And I remember just seeing people just moving up and down my apartment and just moving me out. And I literally wanted to cry just seeing the community that was formed, even from people that I didn't even know. And so super kind, super supportive, and just willing to help out when, life happens and you're still in law school.
So let's talk a little bit about your first year. And let's stick with the surprising theme. Your expectations versus what you got when you were here. What has been the biggest difference between the two?
I think I can start. I think a lot of people have a conception that law school is very cutthroat and very competitive. And I think one thing that I think is especially true about the College of Law here at Illinois is just everyone is on your team. Everyone wants you to succeed. You walk 5 feet in any direction, you're going to run into someone who knows what's going on in your life, who's here to support you. I mean, I pass 2 and 3Ls all the time who are asking me how my assignments are going, if I need help. I pass classmates who are asking me if I'm going to reviews or if they can borrow my notes or if I can get their notes. It's such a great supportive community. And I think it's so different from what you expect when you watch Paper Chase that it really does feel different.
Yeah, I mean, I would 100% echo what Liam said. I came to law school expecting it to be very cutthroat. I mean, I had heard stories about people ripping pages out of textbooks, and it's just not what I thought it would be. And, similar to Liam, you walk down the hallway, you're seeing the 2Ls and the 3Ls. And yes, they're always asking you, how you're doing, how your assignments are going. And even when you're having your worst day, it's one thing to know or think that, yes, we're all classmates, so everyone else is probably going through the same thing. But I think just talking to people about it as well. No one is afraid to, share that things are hard for them. And I think us being able to bond in the trenches that are our 1L year helps to really strengthen this College of Law alum community that we'll eventually be a part of.
Yeah, and just adding on to that, law school is so hard already just by itself. And I kind of shared a little bit about it before, but life happens. And so I would just say that that's what surprised me the most, that life happens. I remember that week that, that apartment fire happened. I had a memo that was due that week. And, some of my friends have shared with me that they have lost loved ones. So essentially what I'm saying is that law school doesn't stop when life happens. And so it's just really beautiful how this community leans on each other and really supports each other. Because I remember even during that week, people were reaching out to me hey, do you need notes? Or hey, do you need this, need that? And I did the same thing for my friends who are going through those times as well. So yeah, I'm really grateful. I love this community so much. And we really do mean that when we say that this community is really awesome.
Yeah. Another part of the community is the professors. What kind of relationships have you been able to develop with professors so far in your first year?
Well, I'll begin by saying that I think all of our professors have very exciting and individual personalities. I think in college you could probably describe or just assume what a professor is like based on the department that they teach in. But here it's like you really don't know what type of professor you're getting. So, I think as far as relationships go, I think for me, at least in the first semester, because I eventually want to be a federal prosecutor, having our 1L criminal law professor, at least for our section, be a former federal prosecutor helped a lot. She often weaved in her experience and her stories and her anecdotes in the cases that we went over in class and what she taught to us. And she was also very open about her career. I spent like an hour one day after emailing her just talking about her career, and she's so supportive. She had no idea. Like, she known me for 2 weeks, and she's like, I'll help you with whatever you need. I'll write recommendations. So yeah, I think they're great professors, but I think they're even better people.
I would just echo a lot of what Darius said, and I would also add on that they're also interested in getting to know you, which is really nice. I recently got to go to a rock concert with our torts professor and a couple of other students in our section, and it was a really cool opportunity to just talk about life, talk about her journey, talk about her goals for the future, our goals for the future, and it's cool to spend so much time in the classroom, and then at events like that, you remember they're also a really cool and unique and genuine person who wants to get to know you, who wants to support you, who wants to see you succeed.
Yeah, I completely agree. I just echo everything that was said. It's really nice. They're human, like just like us. And I think that sometimes like that distance can be there. It's like, oh, a professor and a student. But yeah, similar to Liam, I'm going to brunch with a professor. So like it's really awesome. You can develop those close connections if you'd like to.
Yeah. Liam, you got to tell us what concert though.
So we saw Joyce Manor, which is an emo band in the Salt Shed in Chicago. It was a lot of fun. We all had to avoid the mosh pit, but we had a blast.
Yeah, I think we're all getting too old for the mosh pit.
Oh, yeah.
And brunch sounds great, too,
Yeah.
not to diminish that. It's not quite the Salt Shed. What else on-campus events or things, student organizations, have you gotten involved with that have been particularly beneficial in your opinion?
College of Law softball. First semester, I remember it like it was yesterday. We went out on the field, and this 3L team, 3L team, they beat us like 30-something to 0, and our run differential was negative for like the rest of the season. But it was a ritual, and I wondered why they were playing softball. I thought they had to study for the bar, but apparently that's just how it happens. And I'm proud to say that I can't wait to be the 3Ls beating up on the 1Ls in the future. But yeah, I think for me, for sure helped in 1L. Like I had no idea what was going on, but I knew that on Friday I'd be playing softball. So.
Yeah, I would say, there's so much you can do. I think another good one is the Black Law Student Association. I've had so much fun just cultivating space there. It's just a space of joy. Like I said, law school is very difficult and we're so busy all the time. So creating intentional spaces where we can come together and just laugh and play games and have fun, that has been really awesome. I'm really into the arts too. So there's a Craner Center and they have like shows all the time. Orchestra, symphony, like whatever you are interested in, they have it. There's just so many great things. And I'm also a part of a TVC college ministry, which is really awesome too. My church community has been such a blessing to me while I've been here. And every time I go, like, I just feel like I'm being poured into to come into the next week. So yeah, a lot for you to do.
Small shameless plug here for the Student Bar Association, because I'll be serving on its board next year. But that was something that I found a great way to get involved on campus. If you love getting to know your community and your classmates, if you like planning fun events, if you want to discuss the issues du jour, those are all a great place to do it. And it's such a fun opportunity to get to give back to your community. So that was something I had a blast with this year. And I also want to shout out some of the undergraduate organizations. I think we forget as law students, we can join those. I play a nerdy trading card game, and there's an undergrad organization here on campus that plays it, and I go every Wednesday, and I play with a bunch of undergrads that I've never met, and it's still fun to just be a part of the Illini community.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and SBA, you mentioned, obviously great for networking within the college, but then other groups outside of the college, what kind of networking opportunities in general have you found here?
everywhere we go, or any place that we look into maybe working at one day, there is an alum there, or an alum has been there, or the alum has come to the school. And so I mean, I think as far as the networking opportunities goes, we're told that, first and foremost, like, our alumni community is super strong, and I don't think they are overstating that at all. I for sure have found connections in many, many places.
I would say the difficulty in trying to answer that question is because there's so many different places. College of Law gives a lot of opportunities for networking. So there's the Corporate Business Law Association's like networking firm visits in December or January. Yes, in January. And that was awesome because we just got to go to Chicago and get to network with a different bunch of people. That was really awesome. And then BOLSA has a reception in which, a lot of different alumni come together. And then we also network with them. I think we just had that last week. And then like, it would be the most random places. Like I was in an Uber and I had met someone who attended the College of Law, and they're doing like real estate law, I believe. And then they do Uber on the side. And we were just yapping it up, just talking. And it was awesome. I was like, wow, so crazy. So you can meet alumni anywhere and everywhere, like through opportunities facilitated through the College of Law, but also very spontaneous as well.
I think the last thing I would add on is just, if you're looking for an alumni, if you're looking to network, the Career Services Center is so helpful. I mean, I think they keep running lists of where all our alumni end up. And so if you go to them and you say, hey, I want to practice real estate law in Florida, they can find someone for you who's willing to help, who's a fellow alumni.
Yep.
Yeah, you mentioned Chicago and talking about different places. A lot of people do choose to come here because of the access to Chicago, and you're already getting a little bit of that in your 1L year. Can you guys just talk about the benefit of that as part of your education?
That's a good question. Even though I'm attending law school in Champaign, I don't feel far at all. Like we said, the College of Law facilitates so many opportunities for us to talk to people in Chicago. So yeah, I don't even feel like, even though I'm in Champaign, I don't feel any less opportunity because I'm not in the city. Because we just get to talk to so many people. I mean, even at events that we have here at the law school, people who are practicing in Chicago come here and talk to us. And so we're able to network with them. And there's a lot of events at the law school, and they give cards, we share and exchange LinkedIn. So yeah, it's been awesome. I don't feel any different not being in the city because we have all those opportunities here.
Yeah, I would echo what Blessing said. The city really is only a hop, skip, and a jump away. It doesn't take much to get up there. And so if you connect with someone here in Champaign or even online, it's very easy to go up there. A couple of times this and last semester, me and some friends went up for firm recruiting visits or to network with someone we were trying to get a job from or something like that. And so it really does feel like you have a lot of access to the city without having to deal with the traffic.
I would thirdly echo all of that. I can just personally say that, yes, I do feel that we are not as far as it seems. I mean, it's kind of also better in some aspects because like we can go to the city, but we can also come back to our University of Illinois community. We're blue and orange, seize the day. But yeah, I have like a list of people that I'm planning to like get coffee with over the summer, and I think that's nice too, that if you want to, there are opportunities for you to work in Champaign-Urbana, but also if you want to go work in the city of Chicago, like I think most of our class might be going to work in Chicago, like we are just as competitive there and present there as we are here.
How are you guys finding job opportunities? Has it been easy? I don't know if you have summer work lined up yet, but was it easy for you? You mentioned the Career Services Center, Liam. Has that been a help? What's your experience been in that area?
I would say, I don't want to say it's necessarily easy. I don't think getting a job is necessarily easy, but I will say that the Career Center has been so amazing. My attorney counselor is Jolene Carolyn, and she has just been phenomenal in just helping me to practice mock interviews and all those things. And I think especially for us, our class had it a little bit different because the recruiting timeline has, come earlier. And so we were not only applying for 1L positions, but also 2L positions as well. And so, it was a little bit of it was kind of hard. But I think that the Career Center is really supportive. The biggest thing for me, I think, is networking is really important, and it'll get you opportunities that you could not get by yourself, especially with U of I alumni. They want to support you. If you reach out to them, they want to support, they want to help. There's just so many opportunities. It's just that you kind of have to be willing to put yourself out there, and putting yourself out there can look very different for different people. If you're not as outgoing as person, there's so many ways you can go through LinkedIn and do on Zoom, or if you like to talk to people, you can do a coffee chat. But I would say networking is really helpful. And I was able to get, my firm positions through networking was a big thing for me. So, yeah.
I would echo a lot of what Blessing said, and I would also shout out Katie at the Career Center, since we're shouting out our career counselors. I'm sure she's sick of me bugging her at this point, but they really were integral to me getting a position this summer. I think I was probably in there 10, maybe 15 times this semester. And so having those great resources, having someone who's pushing you to keep looking for things, who's giving you advice on who you should talk to, on where you should apply, it really does go way further than you ever could on your own towards getting the opportunities you want.
Yeah, I mean, I would shout out Jolene once more. She's also my attorney counselor. Yes, I will say, like Blessing said, it has not been easy. It is competitive, and the cycle moving up definitely has not been any help. But I think we have been equipped with the tools that we need to both remain competitive and also be strong advocates for ourselves. And again, the attorney counselors are wonderful. I visit Jolene a lot. Sometimes I don't even have an appointment. You should make an appointment. I mean, I send emails late at night, and they're very responsive. Sometimes I get a 2 a.m. response. I'm not awake, but I'm like, why are you awake? Spring break, winter break. That they're really here to support us. And, I think that's the one thing that really makes the College of Law unique. They're here for you. As long as you want their help, they will help you.
We're coming up on the end of your 1L year here. I've about a month left or so, maybe less. I'm sure you're not counting the days or anything. When you think back on this first year, what stands out the most to you? What's been the most, maybe even not the best thing, most important thing that you're going to take away from your 1L experience?
I can go first. I think this sounds bad to say, but you do have to learn to fail, and to fail with grace. I have had a lot of things I'm sure I've done incorrectly. I got my first writing assignments back last, what was that, September? And they were just red ink all across the page. And I think coming from that point to being here today, you really do learn so much from those failures. And in the moment, it's hard not to be really hard on yourself, but you have to just kind of realize that that's part of the process. You're learning something new, you're learning something unfamiliar, but the professors here care, and they know what they're talking about, and they know what you need to do to get where you want to go. And so just listen, trust the process, accept that not everything is going to come easy, and eventually you'll find it will.
If I can, I'll just take what Liam said. Yeah, I think one thing, and probably the biggest thing I walk away with, is that you will not succeed at everything. These failures, as they say, are just moments to learn, learning experiences. You will eventually get where you need to go, and similar to Liam's writing assignment example. No one could have told me back in September that we'd write an appellate brief, and we're here now. It's done. We've had oral arguments, and if I don't know, for me, it feels like the year's kind of over. But I think again, just echoing what Liam said, just trust the process. There will be hard days, but when the hard days are over, the easy days will be ever so gratifying.
Oh my gosh. Wow. If I could go back and tell myself one thing, it would probably be to just trust myself. Like, trust that you can do this. You can genuinely do this, because there are so many times, especially my fall semester, I would just be sitting in class like I have no idea what I'm doing, questioning my intelligence, questioning my capability. Like, it was just so sad. I just wish that I didn't see myself that way, when like this is so hard for everyone and it's going to be hard. And there are going to be days where you're just like, I don't know if I can do this. But if I could go back, I tell myself to trust myself, that you got in here for a reason and you're able to do this. Like, it's not something that is not doable. You can do it. And just believe in yourself. Like, you can really do it. And I'm really rooting for anyone who wants to come to this school. But yeah, have faith in yourself.
That's great. That's really nice. Let's end on a fun note here. Either your favorite restaurant that you've eaten at in town, or favorite place to go shopping, favorite thing you've done in Champaign-Urbana.
Favorite restaurant, the Bread Company.
Oh, nice.
Everyone should go there. Wonderful sandwiches, amazing sandwich, the best sandwiches. And they also have like soups. I don't think I've had any of the soup, but they have this amazing macaroni and cheese. It's so good. And yes, they're called the Bread Company. They do also sell bread, but I'm not buying like a huge like baguette. Yeah, visit the Bread Company.
If you haven't had the fondue yet, next time you go, I'd recommend it.
Okay.
I'm going to shout out Sunday Night Trivias at the Hounds Court. I have a couple of 1Ls. We go every single week. We have a blast. The last couple of weeks, we've had some professors come in, and we've had some fun games with them too. So I just would encourage you to get out of your shell, go explore downtown, find things that are right for you.
Ooh, I would say lots of good food here. Lots of good options. I guess I'll shout out Illini Bowling. That's really fun. So if you ever want to go bowling, you can go bowling.
At the Union?
At the Union,
Yeah,
yes, at the
nice.
Union. Mm-hmm.
Well, thank you all very much. I really appreciate you sharing your 1L experience.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you once again to my guests, Blessing Agyare, Liam Davis, and Darius Johnson. On behalf of everyone at the College of Law, I wish them the best in their law school careers and beyond. Thank you to our listeners as well. I appreciate you making time to listen to the podcast. If you have any comments or suggestions, please email us at podcast@law.illinois.edu. Illinois LawCast is available on Spotify, Apple, YouTube, or wherever fine podcasts are downloaded. This episode was recorded, mixed, and edited by me, Chris Davies. Special thanks to Kelly Moss for her help in the production of this episode, as well as for creating our album art and other graphics. Thanks also to Krista Getke for her help in the editing process. Until next time, thanks again for listening to Illinois LawCast.